Hello Year 2, welcome to the second day of the Year 2 Writing Challenge. Today we're going to start off with our warm-up exercises. The first exercise is for our shoulders because we have to have good strong shoulders and be very balanced when we're writing. It's called hand push. So we get our two hands, we put them together in front of us like that, our elbows out to the sides. We shouldn't have one elbow nearer the table than the other. They should be both the same distance from the table. And then when you're in the right position, you're going to push your hands against each other as hard as you can. And you're going to hold that for 5 seconds. So get ready and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax it. You should be feeling your arms up here doing the hard work. We're going to do that again, so give your fingers a bit of a wiggle, put them together, arms parallel to the table. That means not tipped one way or the other, but the same distance at both sides. Put your hands together, get ready to push for 5 seconds. Push your palms together as hard as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax it. Put them together again. Get your elbows out to the sides. Push those hands, those palms together as hard as you can. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax them. So now you should feel a difference in your shoulders. It gets you ready for writing. Okay, warm-up exercise number 2. This is one that does something called crossing the midline. We need to go from one side of our body to the other when we're doing an action, and that helps with writing. It's called lazy 8s. Here's a number 8, and I want you to imagine that number 8 is having a little sleep and it's fallen onto its side, because we're going to be drawing that shape, crossing over in the middle in front of our bodies and then going from side to side for the sides of the 8. So that's the shape that you're imagining when we do this exercise, lazy 8s. Okay, so you need to take one hand and put it straight out in front of you. And then you're going to watch that finger with your eyes, but you're not going to move your head at all. And you're going to draw an 8 on its side. So it goes round the top, it goes across the middle, and round and back to the other side. You keep slowly drawing those, following your middle finger with your eyes. Remember, it's an 8 lying on its side because it's a lazy 8. I think I need to go a bit further back so that you can see what my hand's doing. Making that 8 that crosses over in the middle of your body and then goes from side to side, an 8 on its side. When you've done a few with one arm, you put the other arm out. It's the same, going to side to side, but you need to cross over in the middle. So watch your middle finger with your eyes. Don't move your head. Watch what your finger's doing. Check it's going round the 8, crossing in the middle, round the other side, crossing in the middle, round, 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 crossing in the middle, and round, crossing in the middle and round, and have a little rest. And the third exercise that we're going to do is called pencil roll. I find this one a bit tricky, and I'm going to find it very tricky to show you, but I'll do my best. You start off with your pencil near the tips of your fingers, a curved hand. Then you're going to roll the pencil down into the palm of your hand, a bit below your fingers. But you're not just going to let it go like that. You're going to use your thumb to carefully roll it. So keep in control all the way. Keep your eyes on the pencil. Oh. And then when it gets into your hand, then you're going to use your thumb to get it back up to the top of your fingers. Then you're going to roll it down again, very slowly and carefully, making your thumb work and the rest of your hand to support it. Then back again, using your thumb. This will make your hand really strong. Get it up to your fingers, down again, very slowly. If the pencil drops, just pick it up again and start again. Down to the palm of your hand and back up again. And when you've done one side, we need to do the other side. So get your other hand ready. And this might be more tricky. My right hand is a lot better at doing things than my left hand because I'm right-handed. So let's see how we get on with this. Start with your other hand, put the pencil near the tip of your fingers and slowly work it down. It's down in the palm, and you use your thumb and your fingers to get it back up to the tip, keeping control of it using your fingers and your thumb. Mostly your thumb's doing the work, but your fingers can support. Rolling it down, roll, right till it gets to your palm, and then back again. Oops, lost control there. Slowly back up to the tips of your fingers and put the pencil down. Give your hands a little bit of a shake. I think it makes them stronger, but it makes my fingers a little bit stiff too. So give them a shake so they're all ready for writing. So now we're ready for day 2's handwriting practice. Yesterday, if you remember, we did letters that start with the same formation as the letter C. So we'll just go over that to start with because we're going to do a few more letters that start with that formation today. So remember, start on a line, lead in stroke, come round, take your pen off. And another one. You can join in with your paper because you practiced this yesterday. So lead in stroke, round, take your pen off. Lead in stroke, round, take your pen or pencil off. So hopefully you'll have got really good at doing that. Today we're going to start off with the letter Q because that's very similar to what we did yesterday. So just watch to start with. We do the leading stroke. We come round like a C. We go up like if we were doing an A. But then it's got a descender, so it goes down below the line and it has a flick. Watch again. You can do one with your finger up in the air while I talk you through it. Lead in stroke, round like a curly car, up, down for the descender and flick. And watch once more. Lead in stroke, round like a curly car, up, down for the descender and a flick. Time for you to have a go. Now pause and practice the letter Q. And now for our next letter. Remember, if you need extra practice at any time, just stop, don't go on to the next letter. Try writing it big, try writing it small, use different things to write with like crayons or felt pens or pencils or ballpoint pens, anything. Just keep going until you've got the right formation in your hand as well as your head. Right, the next letter we're going to do starts in the same way, but it's just a bit different when we come around. All of the ones like A and D and Q and G had a straight bit up the side. We're going to do O now, which starts in the same way. Watch, round the top, back like a C. But when you get up to the top, you flick. And this side of it's more curved than when you do a Q. Let's do another one. You can do it up in the air with your finger while I do it on the paper. Lead in stroke, round like a curly car. When you get to the top, the exit stroke goes like that. And another one. Lead in stroke, round like the C. But keep going round till you join up, then just a little exit stroke. And one more. Lead in stroke, round like a C, but keep it curved while you join up, and the exit stroke. Time for you to stop and have a go. Now pause and practice the letter O. And now for the next letter. We're going to do the letter S, which does start in the same way as a C, but then it does a very different thing. So you start off and keep it about the same size as a C would be, so only about halfway. Then when you curve back, you curve like that and then do your exit stroke. So it does have that same start, but then it does the wiggle around and the exit stroke. So let's do another one. Keep watching. Lead in stroke, curve back like a C, but then curve to the front and curve to the back and do your exit stroke ready for the next letter. Watch again. Back like a C, but then curve to the front, curve to the back, exit stroke. Do one up in the air with your finger, lead in stroke, back like a C, curve to the front, curve to the back, exit stroke ready for the next letter. I think you need to turn off now and have a good practice at those. Now pause and practice the letter S. And last of all today, we're going to practice a letter that doesn't start quite the same way as a C. It does this bit, but then it does something different. But it's a bit of a different letter. You'll have written it a lot of times. You probably write it the right way. I hope you do. It's the letter E. Watch carefully. Lead in stroke, but we're curving back on ourselves. And the exit stroke is just the end of the E. Watch carefully. It's like a little curl. Lead in stroke, back on yourself. Lead in stroke, back on yourself, finish it off. Lead in stroke, back on yourself, finish it off. You have a go at doing those. Now pause and practice the letter E. Now we're going to think a little bit about joining these letters. I'm not going to join two Q's together because you never get two Q's together in a word. Q is always followed by U. I'm not going to join two O's together because they do join, but we have a little bit of a problem because the exit stroke is at the top and the beginning of the next one is at the bottom. There's a particular way of joining those that I don't want to talk about just yet. I will talk about that later, but at the moment we're looking at letters that join at the bottom and exit at the bottom too. So I will have a go at joining two S's, just two of them together because you do get two S's together in words. So I do my leading stroke. I come back round and back round, then my exit stroke gets me ready for the next S. So I go round the top, just like we were starting a C, and I wiggle, and I wiggle, and I do my exit stroke. Watch again, then you can have a go. Lead in stroke, wiggle back, wiggle forward, exit stroke, which leads into the next one's lead in stroke. They should be the same size as each other, they're half size letters. There we go. So you can have a try at that. Also, joining two E's, we get lots of words with two E's together and they're easy to join because they both have the leading stroke and the exit stroke near the line. So watch carefully. Leading stroke, go back on yourself to make a loop. Next one, leading stroke, go back on yourself to make a loop. And again, leading stroke, go back to make a loop. Leading stroke, go back to make a loop. I'm sure that you will be able to join E's. I think that's one of the easiest letters to join. Okay, have a go of that. Now pause and practice joining your letters. So let's just recap on what letters we've practiced so far. We've done C, we've done A, we've done D, we've done G. Today we started with our new letter, which was Q, and then what did we do? Let me see on my list. Oh, we went on to S, and then we did E. Oh, and we also did O. With all those letters, I could probably do some interesting joining words, but we are not going to use O in our joining words just because it's a top joiner and I don't want to work on those just yet. So let me think of a word that I could write that has those letters in. Gas. That one would work, wouldn't it? Gas. G-A-S. So let's start with the G. So that's like curly cuff. Go down. Remember the monkey tail. Straight into the A, which starts in the same way as the C. We finish it off nicely, and then straight in to the S. Gas. And I can see another word in gas. I could see as. We could write as well. Let's have a go at that. Start with the A. Remember, your pen doesn't come off until you finish the last letter in the word when you're doing joined writing. As. Let me think, is there another word that I can write? I keep wanting to use the O, and that doesn't really work. Oh, I know, I could write C. So that's S and double E. Well, there's two sorts of C, aren't there? We could do both of them. Let's do that. We've got C. Joining at the bottom is easy. And then we could do C like the deep blue sea, which is spelt with the other spelling of E. So we have C straight into the A. And because all of those letters start and finish down near the line, they're easy to join. So there's some words to get you going. You have a try at writing those. If it doesn't work the first time, try again. Write each word 3 times. And maybe you can think of some more words that use the letters we've learnt so far that you can join. Start with little words first, and then 2 letters, then maybe 3 letters. Maybe you could go on. You could write seed, adding the D to the end of C. You have a go and see what you can come up with just using those letters. There's a bit of a challenge for you. How many words can you get? Now pause and practice writing words with the letters that we've learnt so far. So now for our fine motor skills activity. Today you're going to be using scissors. So hopefully you've got some small scissors that are suitable for you at home. And you need paper. I used a couple of big sheets like this. If you've got big sheets, it's easier to use big ones. It's certainly easier for me to show you what I'm doing on a big one. If you've only got small paper, use what you've got. You can even use newspaper for what we're doing today. So we are going to make some paper dolls in a chain. So to start with, I cut one of those big pieces of paper in half because you need a long, thin rectangle. So once you've got your long, thin rectangle, you're going to fold it in half. When you're folding it, press the crease hard. So you should have a small rectangle now. Then you're going to take one bit of that and you are going to fold it back on itself. So now you should have something that looks like that. If you pull it out, it's beginning to zigzag. Turn it round so you've got the flat side with no fold. Put it down on the table, fold that back on itself. So you should have a zigzag fold. Once you've got that, you're going to draw where your doll is going to go. So I'll draw it and I'll show you what I mean. Draw its arms, its head, just a very simple shape. And its other arm down. I'm not going to do mine with any clothes on, so I'm going to go straight down. Hasn't got a skirt or anything, just a simple body shape. Because then we can decorate them afterwards if we want. There's the legs. I'll put the hand there. So you can see it's a very simple shape. I'll probably make it a little bit better when I'm cutting because I don't want its head to be that shape really. But the important thing is the arms go off the edge of the paper because that's how it joins together. You do not cut up this bit or this bit. You cut all the way around the rest of it, but not here. If you do that, you'll have lots of separate people, not a chain of people. So I'm going to cut away all of the area around the body, this bit, and the V between its legs. But I'm not going to cut at the edges of the paper. So I'll do that quickly. When you're cutting, you're using all the same muscles as when you write. So you're strengthening your hand by opening and shutting the scissors. You're using all your coordination, looking carefully at what you're doing, the same way as you do when you're writing. And I'm cutting quickly because I don't want this video to last forever, but you'll stop it afterwards and have a go and do yours more slowly. It's not one that you're doing along with me today, just have a go of it afterwards. Or you can do it with a video and keep pausing it, that's up to you. So just cut out that bit now. And I always cross my fingers a bit when I finish something like this, that it'll actually work. So you've got something that's a person shape, and then you open it up, and instead of just one person, you've got 4. And you can decorate those any way you like. You can do them as characters from a book, you could do them as your family, you could do them as some of your friends, anything you like. You could make lots of strings and join them together and make a very long chain of people. When it was the first lockdown, I remember seeing somebody's house where they'd cut out some in red paper, then in orange, then yellow, then green, all the colours of the rainbow, and they'd stuck them across their window, and I thought that was a really beautiful decoration. So have a go, see how you get on with that. If you are absolutely amazing at cutting, you might like to try something new. I tried this for the first time today. Instead of making a long chain of people like that, I had a go at making a chain of people that goes around in a circle, and I'll show you how I did it. I started off with a big sheet of paper again, and then I drew round a plate to get a good circle shape. Then I cut my circle out very carefully. The next step is to fold that circle very neatly in half. So put it down on the table, match the edges, and squash it with your fingers so you get a nice sharp crease. A semicircle here. Now you're going to fold it again to make it a quarter of a circle. So you fold it down, press along the crease. When you hold it up, it should look like that. And then we're going to fold the quarter in half, which actually makes an eighth. So you cut it again, not cut, fold, and you've got a shape like an ice cream cone. Then what you do is you draw, putting it that way up you can see, you draw something that looks like this. I'll hold it near the screen so that you can always look back and pause it. It's half of a figure in trousers and half of a figure in a skirt, and that bit in the middle that comes down from the point is where their hands meet. So you end up with some figures in trousers and figures in skirts. And when you cut, I'll just shade in the bits that you cut away. When you cut all that bit that I've scribbled on away. I'm not going to do that now, but just imagine I've sat here with my scissors and I've cut it all away, I've put it in the bin, and then you get to unfold it. And when you unfold it, you find that you have got a circle of people holding hands. And I rather like that. I found that on the internet. It's the first time I've ever done it. I'd like to do it in different colours. You can then decorate them in different ways, or you can just leave them plain. I quite like plain things that are cut out. So have a go. I'd be very interested to know if any of you actually managed to make a circle of people, or if you managed to make some paper chains. Tell me what you decorate them as. You'll have to send your messages to your teachers because I haven't got your emails, but I'd love to hear that some of you have managed to make some beautiful paper chains and maybe circles of people. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.